I'm Simon from WhatCulture, and I know you've seen the title of this video. And yeah, I think John Cena should be the man to break Ric Flair's World Championship record. Why? Here's why. Now, before we begin, a big caveat. I love Ric Flair. I think he's one of the greatest pro wrestlers in history, and everything he does entertains me. I even put him on my WhatCulture 10 greatest pro wrestlers ever. And you can go watch that right now on YouTube. There was some advertising there. Advertising. Boom. Right in your face. Anyway, I realise attitudes towards John Cena remain mixed. From up-and-comer that everybody loved to jackass that was shoved down our throats, John's done it all, and today he occupies some weird middle ground where a lot of people, like myself, respect him and others refuse to get on board. At this stage, it seems a little unfair to be in the latter category. What Cena has to do after 15 years of busting his ass to win these people over is anyone's guess. That doesn't mean you have to like him, that doesn't mean you have to cheer for him, but at some point you've got to take a step back and go, you know what, he does have something about him, because you know what? He does have something about him. Be it the way he can manipulate a crowd or turn it on when he's got to turn it on, Cena knows what he's doing, and obviously there have been low points and some unforgivable low points, like when he called JBL Poopy. Remember? He wrote Poopy on that window. I mean, that was bad. You know what? Actually, no, I understand. I understand why you hate him. I take it all back. But let's go forward anyway. We all make mistakes though, and as ill-advised as that segment was, just look at what big match John has achieved over the years. He's had amazing matches with almost every name imaginable. That build-up to the first bout with The Rock was awesome, and his longevity is almost unmatched. I mean, he's almost at Hogan levels of longevity, but without all the controversy that comes along with the Immortal One. You know, all that stuff that we're not going to talk about here because I don't want to. Hulk Hogan. Cena is the face of the WWE, and that's not just because Vince McMahon sat backstage one day and went, make it so. If that was the case, we wouldn't have all this nonsense with Roman Reigns. McMahon would just click his fingers and that would be that. Roman would sit his ass in the throne and get well comfortable. He may have suffered plenty of abuse in his time, but Cena's always felt like a big deal, and when push came to shove, he knew how to get people on side, and that takes talent. Now, that's not me saying I don't think Roman Reigns is talented, because I do. But John Cena had that special something that doesn't come along that often. An obvious future Hall of Famer, and the right choice should WWE be planning to break Ric Flair's world title wins record. I mean, you can say that John Cena isn't as good as Ric Flair, or that Ric Flair did more for the business, but John Cena deserves it. For starters, it makes for a great story. The chase is always compelling viewing. And if WWE puts enough importance on it, it's going to be easy for us all to buy in. John Cena still has to win the title and then lose the title just to be on par with Flair. But if then they decide to pull the trigger of Cena going for one more and the record, that could be great. The veteran wrestler going after that record that no one else has ever beaten. I'd enjoy it, and while a lot of you out there probably get mad because it's John Cena, as I said, the man deserves it, and I bet you it could get a bit emotional. This means nothing coming from me, really. I'm just some jabroni on the internet spouting out his opinions, but even Ric Flair himself has said that he'd be happy for John Cena to break his record, and if Ric Flair says it, I think we can take it all to the bank. I mean, do you think Ric Flair wants Bo Dallas to break his record? Trust me, he does not. So John Cena in this case is the man. Cena is in a league of his own, and sure, a large portion of that is because he's always had the support of the office, but as we've established, that does not guarantee that you have this kind of success. When you go through different eras of wrestling, there are certain names that stand out. In the 80s, it was Hulk Hogan. During the Attitude Era, it was The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And for most of the 2000s and beyond, it was John Cena. That's why he's in movies and he's got his own television show, True Grit or whatever it's called. He crossed over, which is a dying art in today's professional wrestling world. There's one last journey for Cena to go on before he fades away into the distance, and it is trying to break this record. Maybe he does. Maybe he just ties it. But knowing how Cena would approach it and how much importance he'd put on it, I've got nothing against it. The man sacrificed his life for pro wrestling, and that story is easy to understand. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Now let us know in the comments below how wrong I am and how much Cena sucks, and I'm an asshole for even bringing this up. I know how it works, but there's the comment box. leave your comment, and then like, share, and subscribe. You can even come tell me personally on Twitter at SimonMiller316. I'm Simon from WhatCulture, and you've just been wide. I really want that to catch on as a catchphrase, but it doesn't work. It sounds like I can't speak English, which I can't, but I don't want you to know that. That's like my secret. Anyway, I'll see you around.